A 24-year-old woman leaves for work on what appears to be a completely ordinary day. She has plans for the future, a successful career, and no known reason to disappear. Yet within hours, she vanishes without a trace. Days later, investigators discover her abandoned vehicle only a mile away from her apartment. Then they find security footage showing the person responsible for parking the car. The case appears close to a breakthrough, but there is one unbelievable problem. Every single frame of the surveillance footage hides the person's face. To this day, investigators still do not know who that individual was. This is the mystery of Jennifer Kesse. Jennifer Kesse was a young financial analyst living in Orlando, Florida. Friends and family described her as intelligent, independent, and highly motivated. At just 24 years old, she had already established a successful career and had recently purchased her own condominium. Jennifer enjoyed traveling, spending time with friends, and was known for staying close to her family. By all accounts, she was building the life she had always wanted. Nothing about her behavior suggested that she planned to disappear, and that is one reason the case has remained so baffling. Investigators found no indication that Jennifer intended to leave her life behind. On January 23, 2006, Jennifer returned home after a business trip with her boyfriend. The evening appeared completely routine. She unpacked from her trip and spoke with family members over the phone. Those conversations revealed nothing unusual. Jennifer sounded normal, relaxed, and focused on the upcoming work week. As night fell, she settled into her condominium. No one knew that these conversations would become some of the final confirmed interactions she would ever have. At some point during the night, or possibly the following morning, something happened. What that event was remains unknown. The next morning, Jennifer was expected to arrive at work as usual, but she never showed up. Co-workers noticed her absence almost immediately. This was unlike Jennifer. She was known for being dependable and responsible. Phone calls to her cell phone went unanswered. As the hours passed, concern began to grow. Friends and family attempted to contact her repeatedly. Still, there was no response. By that evening, alarm had replaced concern. Something was clearly wrong. Jennifer's family quickly contacted law enforcement. Investigators began examining her condominium and searching for clues. Inside, many of her personal belongings appeared untouched. Her purse, keys, and cell phone were missing. There were no obvious signs of a struggle. No witnesses reported hearing anything suspicious. At the same time, investigators learned that Jennifer's apartment complex was undergoing construction. Numerous workers had access to the area. This detail would later become an important focus of the investigation. Despite extensive efforts, authorities struggled to determine exactly when Jennifer disappeared or where she had gone. The mystery was only deepening. 3 days after Jennifer vanished, investigators received a major lead. Her black Chevrolet Malibu had been located. The vehicle was discovered at another apartment complex approximately 1 mile from Jennifer's home. At first, this seemed like the break detectives desperately needed. If someone had moved the vehicle, perhaps witnesses or security cameras had captured the driver. Investigators immediately began examining the scene. What they found would become one of the most discussed pieces of evidence in modern missing person investigations. Security cameras had indeed recorded someone parking Jennifer's vehicle. The footage showed a person walking away after leaving the car. For investigators, this individual was potentially the most important witness or suspect in the entire case. But then came an extraordinary complication. The camera captured the person passing behind a series of fence posts. As the individual moved across the frame, each fence post blocked the face at exactly the wrong moment. Frame after frame, step after step, the person's face remained completely hidden. Investigators later estimated that the odds of this occurring were incredibly small, yet somehow the footage never revealed enough detail for a positive identification. The video became famous nationwide. Millions of people have watched it. Countless experts have analyzed it. But despite years of effort, no one has been able to determine exactly who the person was. The individual seen in the footage remains one of the greatest unanswered questions in the case. Over the years, investigators and members of the public have proposed numerous theories. Some believe Jennifer may have encountered someone connected to the construction activity near her condominium. Others suggest she may have been targeted by an unknown offender. Various leads have been pursued, but none have produced conclusive answers. Without definitive evidence, theories remain speculation. The central questions remain unchanged. What happened to Jennifer? Who parked her vehicle? And why has no trace of her ever been found? Nearly 2 decades have passed since Jennifer Kesse disappeared. Investigators continue to seek information, and her family has never stopped searching for answers. The surveillance footage that once appeared to hold the key to the mystery instead became one of its most frustrating obstacles. A single unknown figure, a hidden face, and a disappearance that remains unsolved. Somewhere, someone likely knows what happened to Jennifer Kesse. Until that truth is uncovered, her case remains one of America's most enduring mysteries.